You can't be mad that someone has an opinion. When you're working with kids, they say, treat them all the same. Like, no. That's how you make a victim out of somebody. People think they deserve the same treatment as so-and-so. Like, no. Your behavior deserves this type of treatment. That type of behavior deserves an award and a praise. That type of behavior over here deserves a little bit more discipline and stricter action. You're not going to treat everybody the same. But people don't understand the relationship you build with your students to where you can even do that. They just see you and don't know what you've been doing and want to comment on the things you do without even being there, understanding the stuff you went through with your kids to get to that point to where, yeah, this child gonna get a piece of pizza if she asks me for a piece of pizza. Because this child, every time I tell her to do something, she really sit down and do it and then show me she did it, and then she excited to do something else, and then she could do something else. It ain't my job to make sure these kids know how to move and how to think. It's their parents' job. But if a kid come at me the right way, I'm more than happy to, yeah, here you go. Here you go. If a kid come at me the wrong way, it's like, you're not really finna get too much from me. No reward, at least. So what I was thinking about doing is really just making a hall of fame for the kids that come to me and work with me. Ain't no personal favorites, but at the same time, you favor certain actions that certain kids take. Like, if you want to be treated a certain way, you got to do a certain type of action. And so what I was going to do is really somehow, without all the other kids knowing, take a group picture of me and all the little kids who come to me, who work with me, because I appreciate them for being like that. I appreciate them for being adventurous. I appreciate them for being strong enough to come to me for anything, because that's the difference between someone who's going to live a powerful life and someone who's going to just live mediocrely and blame everybody for everything. Because I'm seeing the victim mentality starts young. There's some kids, the way they act now is beautiful. They get what they need. They search, they explore, they try. That's good to do young. But then there's some kids, they think things are supposed to be given to them. They think they're supposed to be given this and given that and access to this and access to that. That stuff start young. So I appreciate the kids who, in my opinion, are superb students. And I was going to take a picture with all my superb students. And I have superb students from every genre and ratio of comprehension. It's not even about intelligence. It's about awareness. Think about taking a picture of all my quote unquote favorite students, which really not favorites, just ones I appreciate, who I favor the things that they do. Not because it helps me out, but I favor the kids who know how to help themselves, who try their hardest to help themselves. Then there's kids who can't help themselves, obviously, and when I give them help, they receive it. So in just accepting help, you helping yourself too. So, I definitely want those kids to somehow, I want to make some type of memorial for those kids. I really appreciate them a lot. Like some of those kids really impact me. Like, you're so young, but so mature enough and so mature and wise enough to know to search for answers, to search for things. I don't know. And I don't even know if they would understand it, but I appreciate them a lot. And like, how you raise your kid gonna show. How you raise your kids gonna show. Don't let your kids come outside not knowing how to act, not knowing how to do anything, and then when they penalize every 5 minutes, you want to blame racism or something that's not right. Like, no, teach your kid how to act, teach your kid how to carry themselves, teach your kid some people skills, and maybe people want to work with them. Maybe people want to help them. But you raising a little monster who don't care how they treat people, who do what they want to do and still get candy anyway, who do what they want to do and still get rewards anyway. And that's the difference between men and women. Women gonna feed into the BS. Men won't. And I'm not a wrong person for being like that either. And you don't have to interact with people's kids to deny them access to things. Like, no, you're not getting that. And you could cry and run to your mama. You'll never learn your lesson. You're probably just gonna grow up to hate men more now, but that ain't my problem. I'd rather you hate men than become a monster who has a lot of power. Shoot. And know how to manipulate someone on another level. People need to know they can't manipulate everybody. I'm not gonna be another individual manipulated by a child. I don't play that.